let's do teammate battle predictions now. So we'll
Okay.
go through this in terms of like essentially how we thought the constructors would look.
Yeah.
So we'll start with Red Bull. I think obviously Max is going to beat Perez.
Yeah. I've got
Yeah,
Max as well.
it's plainly obvious. Yeah, I don't think we need to spend much more time on it.
Yeah.
Ferrari, although I think Sainz is better because the future is with Charles, I've gone with Charles.
I've gone with Charles.
Yeah.
I'm expecting the hate again.
Yeah,
after
we're
that.
both going to get hate probably.
Both of us got a lot of hate on that. Like,
Yeah, honestly, like
I was like, we just have opinions.
literally, yeah. You're
So
welcome to
they're both
share your
great
own opinion.
drivers.
Yeah, honestly,
Yeah.
start your own podcast, make your own opinions. Honestly.
Oh, that's brilliant.
All right. So third team, I'm going for Norris over Piastri.
Okay, I've gone Piastri over Norris.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. All right.
I think he's got he did so well.
He did
last
do very
season.
well last year. I'm not going to
He's got
lie.
a season under his belt now, and
Mm.
I think, well, obviously one of the things was his tire management last year. I
Yep.
think he's worked on it, and yeah, I think he's really going to bring it to Lando, and I think he will beat Lando. I think we're super
Let's see.
close. I think it'll be super, it's not going to be like blown away, but I'm going to go with Oscar.
It's going to be so interesting. Honestly, it really is going to be interesting. But this is what we've wanted at McLaren for a long time. Okay, so we'll go with Aston Martin next because you put them next in your predictions. So obviously it's Alonso over Stroll, right?
I've gone Fernando. Yeah.
Yeah, obviously, yeah, yeah. Right. Next up was Mercedes. Who have you gone for?
I've gone Lewis.
I've gone George.
Okay, I think it's Lewis's last season, and I think some people are questioning his move to Ferrari and questioning him as a driver.
Yeah.
And I think he wants to show. I think he kind of also wants to show Mercedes a little bit who they're losing. So
Yeah.
I think that's what I think. I think he's just motivated to show that I'm the man, and also to show Charles and Ferrari, it's like, this is what you're getting.
I do kind of agree. But I think that George is essentially going, I have to be the lead driver in this team now, unless they bring in Fernando Alonso or something like that. And I think that the team will naturally start favouring George towards the end of the season. I think.
Yeah,
and honestly, I
that's a
wouldn't
fair
blame them
point.
if they did. I genuinely wouldn't blame them if they did.
I mean, they kind of have to
Yeah.
now, really, don't
Yeah,
they?
exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. It's a different mindset. Although Lewis will be, a driving force in trying to prove his worth and be like, yeah, I still deserve a seat at the table. I still deserve a seat at Ferrari type thing. I just don't. I think that it's all well and good his intentions, but I think that the team will just start to lean on George a little bit more and rely on George and. So I'm going George over Lewis, which is controversial, but also it's already happened. So
That's true.
Yeah.
True.
Next up, RB.
Danny.
Yeah, I've gone Danny as well. No real surprises. Williams,
Alex.
Alex. Yeah, no surprises there. Alpine.
Gasly.
Yeah, I've gone for Gasly as well. I think he was very hard done by last year.
I think he was, yeah.
And I hope that Gasly gets a bit more fair treatment this year. Japan springs to mind.
Yeah. No, I think he was. And it's also his second season with the team.
Exactly,
So-
yeah. Sauber,
I've gone Zhu.
I've gone Valtteri.
Yeah. Again, I think Zhu's very underrated. And I think he also has a lot to prove.
You're not going to like my driver's standings then.
Probably won't like mine. And he's got, I think, he's underrated. And I don't know, I just have a feeling that we're going to see a lot more of,
I hope so. Don't get me wrong. I think that goes
Well,
without
this is
saying.
not, we don't think like one driver is just automatically better than another. It's just how we think the races sort of pan out.
Yeah, I
Got
think.
respect for all the drivers.
Yeah. I've got a huge amount of respect for every single one of these drivers. However,
Yeah.
everyone
It's not that
will
we
be.
think one is a better person than the other. It's just
Yeah,
who we
exactly,
think win over a
exactly.
season. That's all.
And like, who's to say? Honestly, I would be loving it just as much as him if Zhou Guanyu won the Saudi Arabia Grand Prix in a couple of weeks' time. I would be.
And I'll be happy if Bottas won it.
Exactly. There we go. So that's what I mean. Like, we don't wish ill on any of these drivers at all.
No. I mean, there's going to be a winner at the end of the season.
Literally, yeah.
Who we think it could be based on performance and mindset and
so
team. It's not like, oh, Lewis is better than George. It's going to be Lewis.
I honestly don't really dislike any of the drivers either. I wasn't the biggest fan of Perez last year, but I mean, there we go. And Ocon's a bit whiny, but other than that, I mean, yeah. So the just dissed two of the richest men in the world. So for Sauber, I've gone for Valtteri. And then Haas is the last team. I have gone for K-Mag over Hülkenberg.
I've gone Nico Hülkenberg.
I will admit that more than likely I will be wrong on that one. However,
see, this is where sometimes you've got
heart over head
biases.
Heart over head. Well, I'm going heart.
It can also backfire on you, like if it did for me last time.
Yeah, exactly. Like, but
I went purely. I went the James Vowles route.
You did. You went based on data, and maybe you should have listened to your heart.